Welcome back to R for Economics. And this one, we're going to talk about how to bring in some data into your workspace as environment variables. So let's say you want to set the directory. So when you're setting a directory, the / is not recognized by R. This is the format that if you copy and pasted directly from your Windows Explorer, it will ignore it, and you'll get this error that it's not recognizing this /h, because slash something is actually an operator in R. So we have to either use backwards slash, and that one seems to set the directory okay. There was no error. If we go over here, we say go to working directory, it goes to the working directory we have. And if we go up and we do this one with double /, it seems to recognize that. And again, we want to go inside this data and we want to go to working directory, bang, we're there. Okay, so this is just something about setting up your directory files that you have to be following those kind of things. Now, once you're in your working directory, you can actually access any files that you want in here. So if you're going to bring in Excel files, you're going to be using library, the library read XL. You may have to, it may require that you download it and update it depending on your use. And then you can bring in your file, just read Excel. Now there are other options in here that if I could actually bring in certain sheets in read Excel. So I'm just going to bring this in. So my library is there, and now I have my thing, and I can view this, and I can see that it's bringing it in and says, oh, I'm recognizing these as row names, and I recognize these things as column names, and here's your data inside. So it's 32 observations with 12 variables. Okay. Now the next one is a common format is CSV. So these are comma separated. So your data, if we just, it's not the right one. If we looked at it, we'd see that we'd have their data and then comma separating things out. We can read R, set the library. Here it's parsed these things as integers and doubles. So it's telling you what things is character, it's a double, it's an integer, and so on and so on. So here we see again that it's 32 and 12 variables. So if we click on it, we can actually observe it. And it's saying that the first column is, we're going to just name it X1. And that's the names of the cars that we see here. And this is the miles per gallon. And we see that it's very similar to this one, where we have our 12 variables and our rows of names. Our next is slightly different. We don't have the same data set in Stata files, but a DTA file. Haven is the package that has it, the library. And when we run it, it brings it in as 72 observations, 12 variables. It's a very similar database. I think it's slightly larger than the other one. But here here it brings in the same kind of thing, and it'll read this. And if you read this in Stata, you'd get the exact same data set. Next, we've got a flat file. So in a flat file, now this one we can view. If we just click on it, we can see what the text file looks like. This is just a straight up text file. Things are all the same distance apart. Now we have character ranges. So up to here is all of our names of our vehicles. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters to get our miles per gallon. Our next one is 6 characters for that one. So we have 122 length column. Then we've got 6, 6, 6 all the way across. There are 11 sixes. So we write out our flat file based on that information. So we say read flat file, empty cars.txt, because it's a text file. Sometimes they're PRN files, sometimes they may have other dot something names, but they're all the same, that they have some fixed width format. And we say 22, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, and 11 sixes. So if we bring that in, we see that we have, again, 30, now we have 33 observations with 12 variables. Now what was different? Well, this one didn't recognize the top column as the names of the variables. So that's why we got an extra observation. So with flat files, you have to do a little bit more work in order to get rid of the names.column and change the and then remove the row names as well to bring them in. If we look at the base file, if we look at oh, not the base file. If we look at that file and we say, well, we don't want to bring in this first column at all, we just want to ignore it, then we want to say, well, how do we ignore a column? Well, we say a minus 22. There's no such thing as minus 22 width, but you can say not with a negative sign is kind of what this is saying. So we say, don't bring in that column. And now we've got 11 variables. Looking at it, it's stripped off that first column of 22 and just said, here, you can have the rest. So there are ways around getting this stuff. Now, if you just wanted the names, you can just write the 22 and then stop, because the read file will just stop reading after 22. You'll go 1 through 22, stop, next row, because I don't have to do anything else with it. So looking at that one, that one was not the right one. Oh, it's 1. And you see that it's just a 33 observations with 1 column of just the names of the cars. Okay. So in the next, we'll see you in the next video.